We've known for months that just like so many things that Disney's been putting out lately, the Snow White live-action woke remake would be a total disaster for Disney, especially once Rachel Zegler started speaking out. All the clips of her disrespecting the original, talking about how she didn't like it, talking about how it was made such a long time ago that they needed to fix it for a modern feminist audience. It's a nightmare. And considering the fact that they haven't even finished filming this movie and it was set to come out in March, it wasn't exactly a surprise when Disney came out and announced a big delay for Snow White. But when people found out it got delayed an entire year, all the way until March of 2025, that really had a lot of people speculating what could be happening. Could they be making changes to this thing? A lot of people saw this cursed image with the CGI magical creature dwarves and thought, oh wow, they've changed everything. They're going to totally remake the movie. I don't think that's exactly the case, but now we have new reports that are saying one of the reasons that Disney delayed it so long is because of the bad taste that's currently in everyone's mouth, and they are scared to death of a financial disaster for a movie that they've reportedly spent over $300 million on. Snow White, Disney rumored to be fearing financial disaster after budget ballooned to over $300 million. They're worried that this thing, if it came out in March, would bomb. And to be fair, once again, they haven't even finished filming this. Rachel Zegler was in the UK for reshoots when the actors' strike happened. They haven't even finished a lot of the stuff they need to do for this movie, let alone all the different post-production, everything like that. And considering we're seeing so many other delays, Mission Impossible, for instance, was delayed basically a year as well. So they're not alone in delaying their movies that they haven't finished shooting yet. But one thing that we're hearing now from Daily Mail, that's where this report is coming from, is that one of the reasons they decided to delay it so long is because they're worried about this thing. They know if they release it on schedule with the way everybody feels about Rachel Zegler, that in all likelihood, this thing would lose them a massive amount of money, and they can't afford that. Exclusive. Disney delayed Snow White over fears it will be a financial disaster and flop like cats, as controversy continues after Rachel Zegler's woke tirade at weird original plot with Stalker Prince. Disney's said to be delaying its upcoming Snow White remake in a bid to avert a financial disaster, with producers reportedly fearing it will bomb at the box office and cripple any chance of future spin-offs. Last week, the studio announced it pushed back the film's release until March 2025, a whole year after the scheduled date, citing the ongoing SAG-AFTRA strike as the driving force behind the decision. But an insider has exclusively told Daily Mail Disney's said to be figuring out what to do after making a $330 million turkey and is looking at Tom Hooper's widely panned Cats as a guide on what to avoid. The decision comes after Rachel Zegler launched a woke tirade at the original weird plot with a Stalker Prince, despite having only watched the 1937 animated movie once as a child. We know all about everything Rachel Zegler said. Quote, Disney had to delay Snow White because they've spent so much money on it, and if it's a financial disaster at the box office, it might single-handedly cripple future remakes and potential Snow White sequels that they have planned. They also have to remove themselves from the bad taste in the mouths of online critics and want to instead deliver a great film and get to a point where they get it right. But they realized they were overthinking things and are now reining it all in a little bit more. Now, the idea that in this thing, they're reporting a $330 million budget. Remember, the last official number we got was from July of 2022, over a year ago, that said they had already spent $210 million on Snow White, not including a bunch of other shit, including a bunch of filming, including any post-production. So the idea that they could be sitting on a $330 million price tag right now, that is absolutely within the realm of possibilities. And some of what the Daily Mail article kind of leans into, hey, they saw what a disaster Cats was. Hey, maybe they want to take the way of the Sonic movie. They listen to people and change things. But when you start to hear people say, well, they're just going to reshoot the entire thing, they're going to fix it, that would cost them another buttload of money, right? That would balloon this thing up to a $500 million production budget. I don't think that's happening either. We've had a lot of people say that they're taking the Bandits, which that's what this group is, right? This group is called the Bandits, and they're changing them back to the Dwarves. I have heard different things throughout the entire time. I've been very, very consistent on this, that the Dwarves and the Bandits are meant to be two different groups of people. The Dwarves might not have as big a role as they originally were. Remember when we heard, well, it's not going to be played by dwarves, it's going to be magical creatures. This kind of looks like what they're going, that magical creature weird feel. And I do believe these people, the bandits, are still going to be in it. The person who's cut off here, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be 7, right? But there's not 7 bandits instead of 7 dwarves. There's at least 8. Because Jonathan is the leader of the bandits. He's cut out of this picture. That's the love interest that's not a love interest. That's the male lead in this movie. He's one of the bandits. So the idea that they would, reshoot the entire thing and refocus, I have a tough time believing that. Now, what I do 100% believe is they want to delay and get all of Rachel Zegler's nonsense. They don't want that viral backlash. They would love to get a little more time between when we have been talking about these things, when Rachel Zegler's opened her mouth and said all these stupid things. They want more time between when they release that movie. And again, they're not even done filming the thing yet. They still had to do reshoots. They also mentioned in this article, because, they have to finish some of the post-production visualization to make sure they know what all the characters are going to look like and everything as well, to get toys out there, that there might be a lot of reasons why they've delayed it. But certainly, one of the biggest things is that they feel it would be a financial disaster if they tried to push it out by March, that there's no way this movie would be a success. With the bad taste in so many people's mouths after what Rachel Zegler said, after what Disney has been doing, they think it would be a financial disaster, in their own words, if they were to put this out. And I think almost unanimously, everyone would agree on that. What do you guys think? Do you think they're actually going to make any changes to this? Or do you think it was more, one, they're delaying almost everything in the entertainment industry right now because of the writers and the actors strike? And two, they're hoping that maybe some people forget about all the fucking horrific things that Rachel Zegler said about this movie. Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.